In a world where every heartbeat was a countdown, the number 25 was sacred and fatal. No one knew why. At the stroke of midnight on their 25th birthday, people closed their eyes and never opened them again. There was no pain, no sickness, only silence. Humanity had adapted, life was condensed into a brief, brilliant blaze. Childhood was a whisper, adolescence a sprint, and adulthood a flickering candle barely lit before it blew out. And yet, she remained. Her name was Het. No last name. No birth certificate. Just Het, like a question the universe forgot to answer. When her 25th birthday came and went, Het sat alone beneath the ancient olive tree on the hill overlooking the town. She waited, dressed in white, with flowers braided into her hair, like the others before her. But the night passed. The stars blinked. And the wind whispered secrets to no one in particular. By dawn, she was still breathing. At first, people came to marvel. To touch her skin. To ask what it felt like to wake up at 25. She had no answers. She'd felt no divine intervention, no angel's kiss. Just a morning like every other. Coffee. Birds. The way the light sliced through the curtains like golden silk. Weeks passed. Then months. Het turned 26. Then 30. Then 40. The world around her changed in fast forward. Generations bloomed and withered like petals caught in a storm. Friends became memories. Lovers faded into photographs. She stood in the middle of time like a still flame in a house of wind. People began to fear her. Was she cursed? Chosen? Broken? So she left. She wandered through lands where languages were painted in syllables she didn't understand. She watched empires rise and dissolve like sugar in rain. And she learned, not just how to survive, but how to carry memory. She remembered the laughter of those who were too young to fear death. She remembered the way someone once held her hand like a promise they couldn't keep. She remembered names, thousands of them, and whispered them into the wind, lest they be forgotten. For decades, maybe centuries, Het disappeared from the stories. But legends are patient. They say she returned when the world had grown quiet. When humanity, desperate for a cure to its inherited curse, began to look backward instead of forward. She appeared in dreams. In books no one remembered writing. In lullabies sung by children who had never heard her name. Until one day, a child, a girl with storm-gray eyes, asked the question no one had dared to speak aloud in generations. Why do we die at 25? And Het, now older than memory, knelt beside her and replied softly. Because we haven't learned how to live yet. The twist came not in her answer, but in what followed. The girl did not die at 25. Nor did the ones who came after her. No one could explain it. Science had no theory. Medicine had no breakthrough. But quietly, the numbers began to shift. 25 became 26. Then 30. Then 80. Time, it seemed, had loosened its grip. People lived. They aged. They forgot the fear that had ruled them for centuries. And through it all, Het remained, not as a prophet or savior, but as a witness. A silent reminder that sometimes, to change the world, you don't need to fight it. You only need to outlast it. Life lesson? The miracle isn't in escaping death. It's in becoming the reason others learn to live.